Shruti enters its 30th year the same week as its late founder Dr. N. Pattabhi Raman's 80th anniversary. Today, Shruti is acknowledged as India's leading monthly on the performing arts, with a readership base spread far and wide in India and abroad.
All the Shrutis that I have are very carefully date-wise vechirken.
From the inception of Shruti, I have been a great supporter of the magazine, and we artist community needed a magazine like that. And now Shruti has become an integral part of our family.
In October 1983, Pattabhi Raman launched Shruti, the first English language magazine of its kind, soon after he returned to Chennai after early retirement as a senior executive from the UNDP. The first issue, released by Semmangudi Srinivas Iyer, had the ultimate traditionalist D.K. Pattamal and the young prodigy Mandolin U. Srinivas on the cover. The cover also featured Odissi dancer Sonal Mansingh and Bharatanatyam exponent Lakshmi Vishwanathan.
The first issue came out. It was released in the small hall at the Music Academy, and I still remember the hoarding that we had, which was made of the hoarding was made of flowers. Marikurundu, Jadi, Sampangi, Shamandi. Adu vachi Shrutingra elutha vande Marikurundula pacha colorla ezhirundhudu. And every musician who came stood next to the hoarding and took a deep breath, inhaling the fragrance of the flowers, and then climbed up the stairs and went into the hall.
Shruti was serious, irreverent, contemporary, yet traditional. It continues to be so. The subjects of its comprehensive profiles over the last 3 decades read like a who's who of the Indian arts world.
Sruti Pattabhi Raman. He appreciated art. He knew music in depth. The articles were very, very good, very profound. Great writers contributed to it.
Pattabhi Raman was a great visionary. He conceived his magazine at a time when no such magazine existed. And he did not stop with just being a magazine reporting what was happening all around him. He decided he would be a change agent. And the magazine played a major role as a change agent in classical music and dance.
It has become a benchmark of Carnatic music, not only Carnatic, Indian classical and other folk forms and so on. You know, the gamut of subjects that you cover is so phenomenal, and wherever there is excellence, you spot it, you write about it, you disseminate the information. You're doing a great contribution towards the arts.
Reading through Shruti magazines has really helped me understand many different musicians and their views and perspectives on many different things, because the content that they've covered over the last 30 years is definitely a big treasure chest for a lot of young musicians like myself.
Shruti has not stopped with being a magazine. Its path-breaking projects include the National Seminar on Bharatanatyam Dance Traditions, analysis of the music of Vidwans Lalgudi G. Jayaraman and G. N. Balasubramaniam, and the Ragam Tanam Pallavi Revival Project.
I came into Shruti in 1989, and it's an interesting story. Shruti was organizing the National Seminar on Bharatanatyam traditions involving some very great Natyacharyas of Bharatanatyam, and I joined just a week before the seminar happened. And of course, then we have had the North-South divide, where we wanted to bridge the gap between Carnatic and Hindustani music. This was held in Delhi, and Pattabhi Raman and a few scholars went all the way to Delhi to conduct this conclave.
Other notable Shruti projects include a seminar on E. Krishna Iyer's role in the renaissance of Bharatanatyam, a seminar on Tavil and Tavil Vidwans, the establishment of the E. Krishna Iyer Medal. Shruti can take credit for improving the aesthetics of our music and dance concerts, reviving Ragam Tanam Pallavi, raising standards of acoustics, improving audience etiquette, establishing new norms of objective evaluation, and talent spotting of both young artists and forgotten veterans.
Shruti is a very judicious, unbiased magazine.
I don't think there is any other magazine even today which equals it in terms of perspective or content or style.
It's inspiring for any artist, any student to read or to get to know so much about any artist. I would say Shruti has shaped the career of so many young musicians.
The magazine was virtually orphaned when Pattabhi Raman passed away after a brief illness in December 2002. The Shruti team was unfazed, though deeply distressed by the loss of its chief.
I was very fortunate to have worked with Dr. N. Pattabhi Raman, the founder, and working with him across the same table for 13 years. Most of the team in Shruti was already there for 10 years, and we knew what to do and how to go about it.
The magazine continued to be brought out thanks to the efforts of the trustees, especially M. Subramaniam and publisher P.S. Narayanan. Editorially, The Hour found the man, and retired bureaucrat and former resident editor of the Indian Express K.V. Ramanathan gallantly stepped into the breach left by Pattabhi Raman's death. Led by S. Janaki, the rest of the Shruti team carried on the good work without missing a single issue for nearly 4 years.
When Pattabhi passed away suddenly in 2002, and I remember that day when all of us, his friends, were gathered outside. The question on everyone's mind was, now who is going to take up this work? I put that question myself to most of the people there, not realizing that what shall I say, the axe would fall on me.
And when he passed away in December 2002, we decided to perform with grit and keep the flag of Shruti flying high. And the next December issue, we had to start from scratch. But we loved doing it. It was a challenge.
For almost 4 years, the magazine was run by its employees with whatever funding was still available.
In December 2006, the Sanmar Group took over Shruti and reconstituted the Shruti Foundation that owns and runs it. The new management, with decades of experience in business, has been able to put the magazine on a sound footing and augment its technical resources and infrastructure to make it a modern, vibrant enterprise.
The key challenges I faced, the primary challenge was of course to uphold and maintain brand Shruti, which Pattabhi Raman had started and maintained well. And the second major challenge was of course to get an acceptance among the existing readers of Shruti on the color Shruti, the new Shruti, and also including a new content which is theatre into the performing arts umbrella. And the other major challenge was of course to get into markets which were not tapped originally and which were outside India. We needed to go physically there to promote Shruti. And of course the last major challenge which we faced then and facing now is to get younger readers to read Shruti, which I think is a major challenge, and we are tackling that now.
While Shruti's employees began to enjoy better employment benefits, the introduction of colour represented a great leap forward in terms of its production values. V. Ramnarayan, who took over from K.V. Ramanathan, continues to lead the team.
The magazine looks extremely more attractive now than what it used to. And under Ramnarayan's guidance, it has widened into many more areas of art than was the case earlier. One item I must mention is the theatre.
I think of late you have been very judiciously covering all the subjects like music, classical music, all the various classical dance forms and folk art and all that.
Theatre also, Indira Parthasarathhi's articles are very profound.
It's a very traditional magazine which celebrates the traditional arts, but at the same time it should appeal to a young readership as well as senior readership.
The Silver Jubilee celebration in 2008 was not only a gala event, but also an occasion to pay tributes to its founder and long-term associates and reaffirm the core values of the magazine. As early as 1998, Shruti's website had been launched by Semangudi Srinivasa Iyer, the elder statesman of Carnatic music then. Today, Shruti is gradually building a strong online presence. Its devoted readership now extends to those who buy bound volumes of old issues as well as readers of Shruti's e-books. The Shruti blog is now a lively adjunct to the magazine.
Plans for the future of Shruti is, of course, to get younger readers to read Shruti. And the other thing is also to tap the markets which are not tapped as yet. Shruti has a great potential and a lot of it is not yet tapped. And the other thing is with respect to the online market of Shruti, which we are sitting on a huge treasure of archives which we just discovered while bringing out our e-books. And I think Shruti holds a great potential in online, and a lot of people now are preferring the online version to the print version. So we're going to be looking at the online version as well.
Today, to be in the print medium and survive is not altogether, feasible, because the young people at least don't read in print at all. I mean, many of them would prefer an online version. So we are now trying to transit into an online mode as well. So we have an online version of the magazine, we have a blog, and at the same time we can't lose the old readership who depend on the print magazine. So we are trying to, juggle both, and eventually, hopefully, our online presence will become much stronger, much more prominent, and then we'll probably add audio content and sometimes maybe video content.
Over the decades, Shruti has constantly widened its scope to cover not only the Indian performing arts, including theatre and folk arts, from Kerala to Manipur, from Chennai to New Delhi, Dharwar to Patiala, but also Western music, dance and theatre. Its respect for tradition does not prevent it from recognizing genuine national and international collaboration among artists.
It's in a language again which everybody can understand, everybody can comprehend. I think it's reached out to international audiences. I would think there is a Shruti magazine in probably many households in different countries now.
Though the language is very sophisticated, it's also extremely simple to read. It's extremely happy for me to see that Shruti started a blog. Each day I go on to the Shruti blog, I find a new article every single day.
It's a very, very interesting journey. I did not know when I got into the magazine that it would become the passion of my life. It's always a challenge to be editor of this magazine or be part of this magazine.
The Shruti Parivar takes this opportunity to salute all those who have stood by it through its journey so far.